On June 24th, we have a new moon happening at 2 degrees Leo. And this is a very interesting new moon because it happens almost exactly when we have the sun and the earth reversing positions. So, in other words, in January 21st or 22nd, the Human Design New Year begins, and that is when we have the sun in gate 41, line 1, and that's sort of the beginning of the year. But when the sun is in gate 41, line 1, the earth is going to be in gate 31, line 1. Now we have with this new moon, we have the sun in gate 31, line 1, and the earth in gate 41, line 1. So you could say it's like the beginning of a new cycle because the earth is beginning in gate 41, line 1, which is the beginning of a cycle. So it hasn't gone around the whole mandala, but they have gotten to the point where they've actually shifted position. So we've gone through all the different gates of the mandala, but the sun has only gone through half and the earth has only gone through half. And so now the sun will go through the remainder of the gates until it hits the beginning of the new year again. And the earth will go around all the other gates and it will be in opposition. So this is where we're at. So what this brings is when you have the earth in gate 41, line 1, we have the manifestation of the biggest beginning that we have. This is the initiating codon of everything. So this brings a lot of power of energy. But we know that with Mercury retrograde now that it's a time of sort of slowing down. We've been doing a lot of reflecting because Mercury is going through gate 33. It will go through gate 33 again after it goes direct again. And gate 33 is really talking about, even though it's not in this particular moon phase, I'm talking about it because I think it's an important energy that marries with gate 41. And it is about reflection of your experiences. And so we are in a time of deep reflection and preparing, as I mentioned in the general overview at the beginning of the month, preparing for new beginnings that come when Jupiter is going to be moving into gate 53 from August 18th to September 18th, 2025. Of course, it will be moving back into gate 53 in 2026, so there'll be more opportunities for new beginnings, but this is where we're preparing for all these new beginnings. And then when you have this influx of energy from the Earth in gate 41 and then the Sun in gate 31, line 1, both of them, this is where we're building security, building a foundation. And we know that gate 41, line 1 is all about limitation, and it is about limitation or decrease in that we are starting to get rid of all the stuff we don't need, get rid of extra baggage. But when we get to the middle of the year where we are in July, it's saying you've come to this point, you come so far from the beginning of the year. It could be even the regular Gregorian New Year or even the Human Design Year, but it's basically saying you've come here. What do you want to keep? What do you want to reflect on? What is worthy? What isn't worthy? And how do you want to configure as you move forward and prepare for this new opportunity for a new beginning that will be coming in August when Jupiter moves on? While the full moon of the beginning of the month came with a lot of fourth lines and externalization of the energy, this particular new moon comes with a lot of first lines. Now, that tells us that we're at the beginning of something. We're building a foundation. We're understanding how things work. We're finding security and knowing. And it also says that there is fear wrapped around this energy. Now, the thing about the type of fear that comes with the first line is that it is fear that is about not knowing enough or not knowing how things work or not having enough of a foundation or a security in what you know. And how that is remedied is by gaining more knowledge, discovering the things that will make you feel more secure. And it is understanding what makes things tick because for instance, if you have a new job and you're not really sure how it plays out, but then somebody gives you the manual and they say, okay, well, this is basically what you'll be expected to do for your job. And you read through the manual and you go, well, no, I can do this. I can do this. I know this. And it gives you all the information that you need so that when you start your new job or your new leadership, you're ready to go because you've prepared, you are secure in what you know. And, again, this is an authoritarian energy, which basically says that you are an authority in the information that is your specialty because you've studied it a lot. This is somebody who comes to fix your computer who can hit a few keys and everything goes back to being online again, whereas somebody who doesn't have that authority of how a computer works or how to fix a computer could be there for hours and still not get ahead. So it's a wonderful energy when it's expressed in the way that the first line is meant to be expressed. So not only are we starting a new cycle within this new moon, but we also have a lot of powerful energy in that we have three centers that are defined globally. So we have the throat center, the emotional center or the solar plexus, and also the G identity. The 31-7 channel is activated. Now, this is a channel of democracy, and this is in resonance because we have gate 31, line 1, where the sun and the moon are, and we have gate 7, line 1, where Mercury is. Now, gate 31, line 1 is exalted by the sun and the moon, and it means that whoever is in the leadership position, they shine as a leader. And when it's exalted by the sun, it means that they are seen as a leader. They are a good leader in that they can lead. But then when we have Mercury in gate 7, line 1, this is somebody who says, I know everything. And so, yes, they might have leadership skills. They may be good in their leadership skills, but then it kind of gets over to the other side where it's too much of a good thing. And they say, only I know how to lead, only I know how things should go. And I am not just an authority in my leadership or what I'm a specialist at. I'm an authority in everything. And that's where we're kind of getting a little too ahead of ourselves. And that is an energy that we could see where somebody might be an amazing leader, but they're getting ahead of themselves or they're getting too expansive and they don't understand that an authority is somebody who is really good at maybe at one thing, at the least, and maybe a few things, but not everything. And that's just the way life is. We're not going to be good at everything. We're not going to be an authority at everything. It's impossible. Now we add in Pluto, and Pluto has moved back to the first line in gate 41, line 1. Pluto is conjuncting or connecting with the Earth in gate 41, line 1. So this is almost like a catalyst for Pluto to wake up and to bring that energy for the ultimate initiation or the ultimate new beginning of something. Now, these are new beginnings that are not small in size, they're huge. So this is almost bringing a brand new beginning in the world that is catalyzed by Pluto or catalyzed by the Earth. And together, they're bringing this new beginning, this new manifestation of something brand new that is related to leadership, that is related to how people lead, that is related to authoritarian energy. And to the point of a dictatorial energy as well. We know that that can be the case because we do have Mercury in gate 7, line 1 in detriment, which was also in the new moon earlier in the month. So this is playing a big part in how things are playing out. So we have this sense of the themes of leadership, authoritarianism, and potentially control of the people. Gate 7 is connected to the army. This could be connected to the military. And when you see that Mars is going into gate 6, it will be going into gate 6 on July 26th, right until the 3rd of August. This kind of makes a bit of a hot spot. And I talked about a hot spot for June as well, the end of the month. It seems that the end of the month seems to be a hot spot. We also have the 1222, which is within this new moon. Uh, but this could be a hot spot where things are leadership is overreaching, overextending, and doing what they call a kamikaze or an energy where somebody's getting in and doing something that on the spur of the moment without much clarity and eventually causing more trouble than they expected. And that could be something that we see. And it is a fair bit of a hot spot. Now, we look from a personal perspective. We're talking about the concept that we have a 1222 channel, which is asking us all to really be aligned with how we feel in the moment. Do we want to go out into the world and socialize and to be with people, or do we want to be home? With Venus in gate 12, line 1, this gives us the option to know when the timing is right for every one of us. And everybody's going to be unique in how the timing plays out for them. So, in other words, you may want to go out and sort of spend time with people and you might be in the mood for it. and you feel that, yes, this is when I want to go out. Now, because it is exalted, Venus is exalted in gate 12, line 1. This is not the other side of it, which can be what they call it is called the monk, which is really always being in retreat mode. Even if you feel like you're in the mood to socialize, you want to stay home. It's hermitage at the extreme, but it isn't with Venus. And with gate 22, line 3, this is bringing the charm to go with this. Yes, I'm ready to go out and be in the world. So, in other words, if you're trying to manifest something new into the world or to express yourself in the world, to show the world what only you can give them, then this is a wonderful time to do that because 1222 channel is a manifesting channel. So this is a time when you can be out in the world, sharing yourself with the world and feel empowered by the fact that you get an opportunity to share your being or your spirit with the world. And with Jupiter in gate 39, line 1, again, this is feeding into, would be half of the 3955 channel, which would feed into the 1222 channel. And this is also part of what's happening with the mutation of gate 55 because gate 39 is a harmonic. But ultimately, this is Jupiter saying, I'm not going to push myself against anybody who doesn't want to, have me provoke them into the spirit of who they are. I don't need to share my spirit with people who are not willing to be open to what I will share. And again, we go back to the 1222 channel. So it is giving that balance of not pushing too hard. It is a gentle energy when you combine 1222 energy with this gate 39, line 1. Gate 39 can be about provocation just to have fun, but this is not that case when it's in the first line. This is more of I'm experimenting with how to provoke the spirit out of people. I'm experimenting with sharing myself, my uniqueness with the world. It's almost like in a controlled environment where it's less chance of you feeling like, oh no, I went out there and I shared what I had to share with them, and I got a flat room where nobody really wanted to listen to what I had to say or to engage with what I had to say, or they didn't really care about what I wanted to say. When we have the 1222 with gate 39 and the way it's configured for this new moon, this is a sense of people being open to your sharing, but also to keep in mind that the 1222 channel is always going to be about making space for other people to share. And then when you make space for them, they make space for you. That's how the energy works. Even though it is a manifesting channel, you would think it would be about initiating, but the initiating comes by making a space for somebody else. And then when they make a space for you, you are initiating them into the spirit of who they are with Jupiter in gate 39, line 1. Now, when we look from a global perspective, when we look at Jupiter in gate 39, line 1, and we have the full 1222 channel, we know that the 1222 channel is a manifesting channel that comes with the signatures of peace and also anger. And so this ups the energy of anger in the global aura. It ups the energy of sensitivity because the 31-7 is a full channel that connects the G center to the throat center. So it's upping the sensitivity. So it can be a bit of a combustible energy within the collective where people are getting provoked. But again, with Jupiter, even in a global perspective, with Jupiter in gate 39, line 1, this is about avoiding obstacles and sometimes just disengaging. So you may be provoked, you may be angry. This might be something we see, this balance of revolutionary energy, the leadership trying to control the people, but the people are saying, no, we're not going to be controlled, but also not really. I feel like this is like an energy where you're not really fighting. You're more along the lines of saying, being angry with your words, maybe vocal, verbal, or something like that, but not necessarily engaging in a fight or doing anything physical. But definitely the 1222 channel can be very expressive in how it how it vocalizes or how it expresses itself. And so we might see a lot of that vocalization of what you think and believe and how you think things are going, but also this perspective of it not being sort of a hands-on uh, energy. So this would be the people reacting to the energy of the oppression of the leadership, authoritarian energy, the dictatorship of the energy, but also in a way where it may not be physical and more of non-confrontational. And with Uranus in Gate 20, line 1, again, we're taking notes, we're watching what's happening, preparing for when changes will come in the future, when we can enact changes. But this really does put a focus on the leadership. And I think that I have this belief, and it's just my belief, and it doesn't mean that it's true, but my belief is that I see the end of politics as we know it. I see the end of this belief that politicians will get us what we want, because you will know that no matter what side of the party they're on, if there's three parties, 10 parties, two parties, you'll notice that most times the promises that they make during their campaign don't generally manifest. And if they do manifest, they're not what you expected them to be, and they usually don't last. So, in other words, there's a lot of promises that are usually made by politicians, put me into office and I'll do A, B, and C, but it doesn't really happen. And I know that political energy is the democracy that we strive for will always be broken from a human design perspective, because it doesn't have the energy or the manifesting energy that all the other energies in the body graph have. So if you look at, for instance, abstract energy, it has a manifesting channel. Tribal energy has a manifesting channel. Individual energy has a manifesting channel. Logical energy, which is democracy, doesn't have a manifesting channel. And so there's always that need to get abundance, to get energy, which is money. And so you have politicians who are completely connected to money when it comes to democracy, which ends up in the long run in, a lot of times becoming corrupt, becoming driven by money. And that is sort of the brokenness of democracy. And you could say the cross of planning was the experiment with democracy to see how far it could go and how much it could do for the people. But in the long run, we could say it didn't give us what was advertised. Now, this is all we know. So, you think, well, a broken something is better than nothing at all. But as we move into the 2027 mutation, the new global cycle, that will open the door for something new. And how that plays out, we will see. But there's a lot of ways that could play out. But, this is a video about the new moon. So, that's just a belief that I have. And I think that this new moon, because it is sort of right connecting to Pluto, that is doing so many transformational things right now. Pluto is directly connected to the changes that we're moving into as well, into the new global cycle, because it will usher in new energy. Uranus is in the gate that it's going to be in when we get into the new cycle. Neptune is in the gate when we get into the new cycle. So it's almost like all the planets are lining up and getting into line for this new beginning that is coming, this brand new beginning. That's going to be very big and like nothing we've ever experienced in our lifetime or ever will experience in our lifetime, based on what I see. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful new moon, and I will be back again soon. Until next time, take care and bye for now.